Nah, ini venue-nya saudara-saudara. Ada Om Vero, nggak kenal capek.
Ini bos saya, BDI, BDI.
Gimana Om? Acaranya apa aja hari ini Om?
Hari ini kita
Makan, santai ya?
santai, ini. Terus door prize 7 RBB yang akan launching 2019. Nanti dia bawa prototipe ini. Dan Jun Imai ada auction.
Oh iya, charity auction.
Charity auction. Tadi sudah dia one by one.
Ini suasana registrasinya buat event winner ini. Ini hallnya guys, tempat dinner. Itu Om Junnya udah siap-siap di situ. Wow.
How much money do you have? That's fine. Like the scars.
You can say something a little bit about why you're here, sir. Yeah, please.
Okay. Well, it's a great pleasure to be invited to this event by the IDD team. So I'm a big fan of the Southeast Asia region. I've come to Malaysia and Indonesia, Thailand many times for the past 15 years. So this area feels like a second home to me. So I'm more than happy to come and join the fans here. And yeah, it's a great pleasure. I've heard about the IDE event, and I've heard great things about it, so I had to come see it for myself, and I experienced that today, and it was mind-blowing. It was amazing just how much, you know, the crowds and the passion behind the product. And for me to have a chance to have a dinner event here with some very dedicated fans is very meaningful to me. And I thought I should come and meet these fans and put together a very special set of cars for them and have a very fun evening together. So that's why I'm here.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Untuk translate atau udah paham?
When they know what you're saying, actually,
Perfect.
they just
All right.
passive, you know.
You're done for the day then. You can go home.
Make my job easier.
Hey, you make my job easy too. So.
Ya, sebetulnya dia senang datang ke Indonesia, terutama dia fans banget dengan Southeast Asia, di Asia Tenggara. Dia udah kemana-mana selama 15 tahun di seluruh Asia. And this is your first time to Indonesia?
No, I've been here a few times.
Oh, okay. But first time for IDE and IDD and meet the real hardcore fans of
That's
Diecast.
correct. That's
Okay.
correct, yes.
A little bit more details about what's your feeling, what's your expression about first time you come to Indonesia at the IDE and this particular evening dinner. So you want to know your feelings. And this another question, or you answer this question, then I can.
That's one question.
Okay.
Okay.
No,
That was like two questions.
No, that's one question. You wanna hear the next question?
No. Let me
Okay,
answer that
okay,
first. Okay.
yeah.
So again, I was really surprised at just how big the scale of this event is. I have some friends from Japan who came here last year for the IDE, and they told me that this event is insane. There's so many people and so much product and just so much action going on. So sure enough, when I came here, yeah, they were right. There's a lot going on, and it was really cool to meet the fans who came up to me today and wanted to shake my hand and get a photo and just tell me about their stories. It really goes to show just how important the product is, right? Because it's a lot more than just toy cars, right? I think one of the great things about, you know, this product like Hot Wheels is that it really brings people together and forms a connection. And, you know, events like this dinner is a result of that. It brings people together. And for me to be part of the community, even though I have left Mattel as my career choice, I have left and moved on, I still remain part of the community, and I think that's great. It goes to show that, you know, the bond is stronger than the job itself, right? So I think that's great. Yeah. So yeah, I think that answers both.
I suppose the second question is different.
Okay.
The second question is that will you come again to Indonesia for the ID next year, or is it?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think one of the great things about coming to this event and not knowing what to expect. I mean, granted, the IDD team have been great in communicating the details to me and planning, and I know they put a ton of work into this. And you know, much credit to Jemmy and the IDD team for putting this together. But I already have a lot of ideas on what can be done for the next time to make it even better, to make it you know, more accessible to the fans, to just make it fun for everyone. Because for me, that's what I like to do, is I like to make sure everybody has a good time. Everyone who you know, wants to attend is able to attend. Everyone leaves with a smile on their face, and I think you know, creating exciting moments and you know, having a couple of surprises for next time around. Definitely, I'd be more than happy to come next year and hang out with everyone again.
That's great.
Yeah.
We welcome you again next year. Again, first question: tell me about the story of your work, your cars for the dinner, the design, and the people that you work with for this car.
Oh,
tell us about it.
Sure, absolutely. So the dinner car, the 510 wagon, is, for what I think is probably one of the most meaningful cars that I've designed for Hot Wheels. In terms of the fan base that it has created. And I think when people talk about their favorite cars that I've designed, the wagon is usually the one that comes up to the top. So the Hot Wheels version of this car is very special in that so many people like it, right? It has a pretty good fan base around it. But also it's a very special car to me because I own this car as well, right? So when Jemmy and I started kicking around the design of what we want to do, I had a few ideas, and so the Japanese text on the side, it essentially translates to Datsun service, because in Japan, back in the 70s when these cars were around, they're called vans, right? So this was called the Bluebird van, and they're primarily used as service vehicles, right? They weren't really used as passenger vehicles; they were used as service vehicles. So I just wanted to frame this project around as being a service vehicle. I chose number 18, obviously, for the racing number, just because it's 2018. And the other text, so there's two types of text. There's one in katakana, which says essentially Datsun service, but what we call hiragana is it says Indonesia. So it says Indonesia on the hood and on the side. And you know, hey, this is for Indonesia. I think it was a perfect way to put that on there. The color of this car is, I had specified the Millennium Jade Green, which is a Nissan Skyline R34 GTR color. And it is one of my favorite colors. And if I could repaint my personal wagon over again, it would be this color. And I thought it was great. The sedan uses the same paint, same graphics. Also the copper plated wheels, I really like this finish as well. I own a pair of wheels that have a similar finish that aren't on the car, but I thought if I could paint it this color, I would use these wheels. The sedan is very special because it's actually even more limited than the wagon. but it has some hand paint work done by a customizer that I'm a big fan of. His name is Fatur.
Okay.
And I remember his work. I saw his work for the first time when I was a judge at the Art of Speed event in Malaysia last year, and I chose his piece as the first place. I think that was that a
Nissan.
Skyline? Yeah,
Nissan GTS.
Yeah, it's
2000.
the Skyline. And I was just blown away by his craftsmanship and his level of work. And so it was an honor for me to have him hand paint my name in kanji Japanese on a roof, and to have this as an event car for me was just mind blowing, because it's like a dream come true to have him work on a project for me. And also credit to the customizer who actually did all the other work of painting the cars and putting the decals. Unfortunately, I forgot his name, but Eddie
Lesmana.
Yeah, Eddie did some amazing work, and I was really picky when Jemmy was communicating with my assistant. She had made it known that I'm really picky about who I want this car done, because I don't want a really poorly done car. And Eddie came through and he did a great job of putting these together. And just the whole presentation. I'm really big on presentation. The box was a great surprise as well, and just having this whole thing together like this is really beautiful. I'm blown away by it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Pak. Oh, yeah. Second question. You're asking, after the Hot Wheels, what would you do?
I can answer that right now because I don't work for Hot Wheels anymore, right? So,
What's your,
what's my new profession?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so I left Hot Wheels in May of this year. I now work in artificial intelligence technology. Yeah, so I work in AI. So I actually work in technology and motorsports. So the company I work for now is called RoboRace, and they are a company based in London, in the UK. And we essentially build autonomous race cars. So if you actually go on YouTube, you type in RoboRace, you'll see some of the projects that we've done. And yeah, it's basically a competition for human and machine race teams. So in the future, in the very near future, we plan to have competitions that actually have human drivers and AI drivers in race cars. And it's going to be something that no one has ever done before. And what I actually do is, because it's a London-based company, a UK-based company, I am actually head of the US operations. So we have an office in Los Angeles, and we're building a team focused on virtual and interactive experiences. And it's a lot of fun. It's very different than what I've been doing in the diecast world. So yeah, it's a complete shift in my career. But I'm still involved in the diecast community, probably even more so now, because I get to actually play and have fun, and
Still in the car, something like that.
Yeah, I have been a Hot Wheels fan and a collector and a customizer before I started working for Hot Wheels, and I've always worked on modifying real cars and building my personal cars. So it's just something that I do anyway. So, but now that I have left the company, now I can actually share a lot of what I do and just be more involved in the community.
Wow, it's very interesting for the autonomous racing car. I can imagine it.
Yeah, that was the same with me. That was one of the draws for me. Was here's a chance for me to do something that no one has ever done before. So why not go for
So,
it?
when do you see the real autonomous race cars racing in the street? I mean, in the circuit.
I would say within the next year.
Next.
See that, yeah.
Usually, someone coming from one particular industry will go to the same industry, like Hot Wheels, maybe to the competitor. But right now, like you totally like different. like right now you work with the autonomous race car like this robot. So what makes you like this?
I feel that for me personally, there's always a need to learn. You never stop being a student in life, right? And I felt that in my job at Hot Wheels, I've learned so much. I was with the company for 14 years, and I absolutely love what I do at Hot Wheels, and I really treasure.
Yes, I got it. Jun Imai. Yeah.
Thank you for the questions. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me as well.
All right. Okay. So, okay, let's finish it. Thank you, teman-teman.